Amy Sherald cancels Smithsonian exhibit over censorship concerns. Art censorship strikes at the heart of our society's values. Artist Amy Sherald, best known for her widely celebrated portrait of Michelle Obama at the National Portrait Gallery, has made a bold stand. She's shelving her upcoming Smithsonian show, American Sublime, and is calling out a culture of censorship. But here's where it gets controversial. Sherald learned that Smithsonian curators were uneasy about one of her centerpiece works, a reimagined Statue of Liberty rendered as a transgender figure. Rumors began circulating that they were discussing removing it altogether. That decision, Sherald explains in her statement to ABC News, wasn't about any single individual, but emerged from an institutional anxiety fueled by a broader political climate that has increasingly targeted trans lives. I cannot in good conscience comply with a culture of censorship, especially when it targets vulnerable communities, Sherald declared. This painting was meant to give visibility and dignity to people whose very humanity has been politicized and so often disregarded. By pulling out of the show, she's making clear that creative freedom and the right to stand up for marginalized voices comes before appeasing institutional fears. And this is the part most people miss. Until recently, Sherald's exhibit was still proudly listed on the Smithsonian's website. ABC News has reached out to the museum for comment, but the listing has quietly vanished. Meanwhile, American Sublime remains on view at the Whitney Museum of American Art in New York City through August 10th. It had been slated to travel to Washington, D.C.'s National Portrait Gallery from September 19th, 2025 through February 22nd, 2026. Visitors there would have had the chance to see Sherald's bold, thought-provoking work in the nation's capital and to witness firsthand the painting that sparked such debate. To understand the context, it helps to look at recent Smithsonian politics. Last month, the institution issued a statement insisting it won't bow to outside influence, just days after former President Trump announced he had ousted National Portrait Gallery head Kim Saget for being highly partisan. Saget resigned on June 13th. In March, Trump issued an executive order placing Vice President J.D. Vance in charge of rooting out improper ideology at the Smithsonian and cutting funding for programs labeled as promoting divisive narratives. The question now is simple but urgent. When an artist's work shines light on communities under siege, should institutions have the power to silence that voice? Is Sherald's refusal a necessary stand for artistic integrity or an unnecessary provocation? We want to hear from you. Do you agree with Sherald's decision to pull her work? Or do you think there was another path forward? Share your thoughts below and let the conversation begin.